So yeah, I found that the guy who helped me out with changing my tire, and like he also helped me out with figuring out the dishes, because I was like, oh my, like, I don't know, like helped me out with changing the tire, and then also helped me out with like the dishes, because I was like, okay, they're really greasy. Like, aside from boiling hot water, what else can I do in regards to the grease? And so he was like, yeah, basically take the spray nozzle, spray it on the dishes, and basically after that, go ahead and put it into the soap. And make sure, of course, the water is hot. But like with that advice, it's so helpful, because no complaints about the dishes whatsoever. And from what I could tell, the dishes were like actually clean. And I was like, thank you so much. Because like, again, I needed help with that, and nobody really trained me. It was like, all right, this is what you do. All right, do the dishes. Okay. And it's like, I'm relying on the knowledge that I have from whenever I worked at the other fast food place. But in this case, it was very helpful, because we had degreaser, and in this case, they don't have degreaser. And so I'm like, okay, like, what do I do? Like, what do I do? So yeah, I like really, really appreciated his help. And then he also mentioned that it is possible to go ahead and like connect my phone to the car, and on the car it pulls up and shows like the map and such. And so he ended up getting me a cord, so that way I could go ahead and do it. And then like it didn't work, and he also was like, hey, I went ahead and like, so he did that. And so overall, like, I appreciate him so much helping me out, because I'm like, I'm a little bit lost and figuring out on my own. So like, let's say my score and everything is like a 10, him helping me is like jumpstart me, so that instead of it being a 10, it's like a 20 or 30. So that way I'm not sludging through figuring work out, and instead it's like, okay, this is helping me a lot faster and a lot easier. So yeah, I wonder also if the manager was just trying to figure me out, because some people are like, I want help, or like constructive criticism in terms of like, this is what you do, this is how you do it. Or if it's like, oh, you used to work at Burger King, you know everything. No, I do not. Like, I still need guidance and such, because I'm vaguely familiar with like how everything works, vaguely, but not everything. So yeah, I really do appreciate all his help. So yeah, right now I'm wearing my uncle's leather jacket, because, oh, and I'm supposed to go left. Okay. Yeah. Oh, tonight. Okay, so anyways, what is that I, for the directions, it told me to go into a church parking lot. So I was like, okay, there might be like a road down there. I don't know. So I went just past the church parking lot and into a, like the second entrance. So I went ahead and did that. And then I went down the road that I thought was going to have, went down the road that I thought was like a back street past the church. No, turns out it was totally wrong. What it is that the Google GPS was like, oh yeah, you go this way, but it could even be people who walked past the church. Like, went ahead and decided, I'm going to walk past the church, because there was a gate there and then a field. There was no roadway like back to the house. So I went ahead and like drove around the back of the church, and then around the back of the church I saw a couple of deer, and then like a couple of the deer like hopping away over to their friends, and I was like, oh, like a deer, like a bunch of deer, that is so sweet. Went to this other house, and they're like, yeah, I have a Burmese doodle. I'm like, a Burmese doodle? What is that? And doodle, of course, is automatically, it's a poodle. But a Burmese mountain dog, or a Burmese poodle is Burmese doodle is basically a poodle mixed with a Burmese mountain dog. And those are big dogs. yeah, so I remember so I asked the lady, like, what kind it is, and she told me. I was like, they're big dogs. So I'm not sure if you remember, it was like black and white at the au pair, like the family that was an au pair for. And so basically they had a Burmese mountain dog and a, what was the other one? I can't remember. I actually saw it tonight. Like I literally, the really white dog. Papa John's Pizza, woohoo! It was a white dog. What kind was it? It's basically a livestock guardian dog that is white. I can't remember what it's called, unfortunately. Yeah, so anyways, I saw that dog too. I'll have to look it up later. But yeah, it's a white livestock guardian dog. And I was like, what kind of dog is that? Like, this was for a different lady. She had that kind of dog. It looked like a Chihuahua mix and some other kind of dog. And I asked her, what kind of dog is it? And she, like, told me what it was. I was like, oh, those. I was like, a friend of mine actually owns that kind of dog. I was like, yeah, a leaf would go ahead and, like, fall. Because this dog would bark at whatever, would fall, and the dog would start barking. And basically, it's like, it's a livestock guardian dog. If something moves, they go ahead and, like, bark like crazy. So, yeah, I got a kick out of that. But, yeah, so they barked, and then also she explained that sometimes the dog will go ahead and snore. And whenever it snores, it'll, like, or start to snore, the dog will go ahead and, like, wake up and start barking because it snored. And then what's another thing? So it'll snore, or like, let's say there'll be noise in the house or something, the dog will go ahead and like wake up barking. And I'm just like, yep, they're like what I would call gentle giants. Like, they're very, very good with livestock animals. Like, if you wanted a gentle protector, definitely those, because they'll treat like goats or like maybe even chickens or other animals like their own kids, basically. Like, and I'm just like, you guys are like, these animals are just precious. Like, they're so sweet. So yeah, yeah, they're really, really precious. And then what else was there? Oh yeah, so I went up to this one house, and this boy, like, I see him running into the house, and then I'm like, okay, cool, they have kids. And so I go ahead, bring out the pizza, and a little girl comes out to meet me, and I was like, do I hand it to you? And then, like, I hand over her the pizza, and the dad tells her, did you say thank you? And then as she's walking away, she says, thank you. And then he goes ahead and signs to me, thank you. And I sign, you're welcome. And then also he had a shirt on that said something about playing too hard or something. I was like, aw, you know, play all day or something. And I'm like, that's perfect, especially if you're with your kids. So there was that. And then what was another thing? There was that one, and then later on, or another time, there was, oh yeah, so I took some pizza over to this house, the door open, and I saw one girl on the couch, and then another girl was like standing there. I was like, hi, I guess I give the pizza to you. And so I gave the pizza to her. And then after I handed it to, or like as I was handing it to her, I was like, hi, so here's your Domino pizza. And then I told her, here's your Domino's pizza. And by the way, there's an Amazon package on the ground. And she's like, okay. So I'm walking back to the car. And what ends up happening is that the little girl, or one of the little girls, I don't know which one of the little girls was like, Mommy, it was Domino's delivery, or like Domino's delivery pizza, and there's an Amazon package on the ground. I turn back to see if anything was done. The Amazon package is still on the ground on the doorstep. I was like, that is hilarious. Like, you heard it, but you did nothing. Like, I was like, I want 2 daughters now. That kind of fun, chaotic stuff, I'm like, I get a kick out of. Are these cows? Why are there 2 cows? Oh my goodness. What street is this? Like, why are there 2 cows out here? Especially at 7:37 at night, I don't think there's supposed to be 2 cows. Okay, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna go ahead and call the cops about the cows. That is hilarious. So yeah, I'll talk to you later. Bye. I love you.